Hello, Mark Red Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today, my guest is
Karishma Gautam.
welcome and thanks for being our guest on the Dreamcatcher podcast. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It warm, but very well. And I know we just talked and you said it was pretty warm where you're at too. Which actually, where are you located?
I'm in Australia, and
Okay,
it's usually in this time of the year, it's usually colder in Australia. But today it's kind of a different weather. It's a bit warm today.
that is. So, are you originally from that area?
Yes. Well,
Okay,
actually, I'm from India. I'm born and brought up in India, but uh,
okay.
as an adult, I moved to Australia.
How long ago is that? How long have you lived in Australia?
I think I moved here in 2007, so it's been quite a
A
while.
while then. Do you like it? Is it a lot different from where you were in India?
Yes, it is a little different. It is like more advancement opportunities, more opportunities for growth, and better
Okay, awesome.
working environment if you are working a job.
Okay, so why did you choose this particular location?
You mean Australia?
Yeah,
I think it was. I have some family who is already living in Australia, so I was like, since they are already there, so why
okay,
not try
nice,
Australia? Even though they are in different cities, I am in a different city. They are in another city, so but
perfect. Well, you
still,
got to
I
go
thought maybe I
get
will
to go
go to
visit then.
Australia.
so, so was Australia like you thought it would be like when you first came? Or what'd you think?
Yes, I think it was what I thought it will be like. Like I
Okay,
have seen photos of my family who like they have sent me some photos, so
okay.
based on I had some idea of how Australia is like.
I would love to go. I have not been to Australia, and it's such a long flight from where I'm at in the United States to there. But I will one day get to Australia. But I just, I thought went to Italy last year, and that was over a 10-hour flight, and thought that was long. So how far do you go home? Do you still have family in India?
Yes,
Do you go home to see them very often, or?
I haven't been for a while, but I do intend to go this year or latest by next year.
Nice, very nice. So in Australia, what keeps your time? What do you do in Australia?
So yeah, by profession, I'm a self-love coach. So I help women with increasing their self-esteem, self-confidence, raising their self-love,
Very
which
nice.
kind of keeps me occupied most of the day. Apart
I
from that,
bet.
I do kind of hang out with friends once in a while.
That sounds like a good plan too. So what took you to doing that particular calling, or going on that journey with the low self-esteem and stuff like that?
I did struggle with self-confidence and low self-esteem growing up because I came from a family where I saw dysfunctional family dynamics. I saw my
Hmm.
mother getting abused by my dad, so
Oh
that was
wow,
a part of it.
that
Plus,
would do it.
I was told growing up that find a partner, get married. It's kind of an important thing in life. You better find one before
Mm-hmm.
you turn a certain age, or
Yeah.
you will have to settle for a jerk, etc. And the age
Wow.
that I was told that he should come in your life, that you should settle down by that age. The man never came. I didn't attracted him by that age, so
Uh,
I had a lot of insecurities and self doubt, and kind of
wow.
question my worth if I'm
Okay.
even worthy of having a partner.
So how do you go and that I think is how do you overcome that? How do you get to what they were telling you to where you are today, helping other just exclusively women, or do you help men and women with so low self esteem?
Currently, I'm working only with women, but you
Okay.
never know where I will go. Maybe I
Yep.
will expand into working with men as well.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, awesome. So how did you? train for this, or how did you get to being a coach and everything?
Yes. So when I started noticing that moments of self doubt and insecurity that was often coming up because of my past, that family abuse, etc., and the fact that I was doubting myself if I'm even worthy of having a partner, because if I am, why don't I have one today?
Yeah, yeah.
So I work with coaches to overcome my own self doubt, and like I thought that there is something wrong with me because of which I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a partner. So I hired coaches in the hope that I will be able to fix myself, and once I fix myself, I will find a partner. And
Yep.
once I work with them, I realized that there was nothing wrong with me. It was just
No.
some insecurities and self doubt that I needed to work on. And once I overcome my own fears, I really realized that it was what I went through, the self doubt, insecurity, etc. What I went through, it was not just my own unique journey, it's something that happens to a lot of women. So I
Mhm.
decided that what I have overcome in my life, I will help other women overcome the same. So I
Awesome.
studied for this, I became a coach,
I love
and
that.
I
That
started doing
that
the same.
that is so great. I mean, to spread with the knowledge that you have learned, and
Exactly.
I bet you found there. Well, there's a lot of men out there too, but a lot of women too with the same exact. Yeah, and you would think in today's world that it wouldn't be that, where you have to have that narrative that you got to, go get married and all this stuff. I mean, it amazes me, but I'm glad you're doing something about it. That's awesome. So, how long have you been doing this coaching and everything?
About 2 years.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you have a certain amount of people, number of people that you coach at a time, or?
Yes, it. I do coach about 5 to 10 people at a time, but
Wow.
like I coach usually one on one. I don't take them in group at this time. I'm not taking group sessions. I coach one on one.
Okay. In the future, would you want to do the group session,
I
or do you
think I
think?
would like to. I think I would like to do group sessions. It's just that at the moment I'm still getting my skills with the one on one, and as I
Yep.
grow and evolve into coaching, I will
Yep.
go into
And
group sessions as well.
that's the way to do it. So, so how long is each coaching the same length, or does it depend on the person? How long it is?
The program that I have designed is for the same length, but obviously it
Okay.
also depends on the person. How where are they on their self love journey? Where is she on her self love journey? Like, has
Yep.
she already started doing some self love exercise, or does she have that thought that self love is selfish? So she
Hmm.
haven't even started anything. She is way far behind. So it also depends on the person where they are in their journey.
I could see that. So, are there people that just they get into your program or coaching and they're so stuck that it's hard to get them to move forward, or is pretty much everybody receptive to what you're trying to help them with?
Most of them are receptive with what I'm trying to help them with. Most of them are.
Okay.
There are
Okay.
a few who are kind of stubborn and not
I can relate to that.
like
I'm stubborn.
not willing to accept that self love is important.
Yeah.
They still consider it as selfish and think that why should we prioritize ourselves because it's selfish. Prioritize
Yeah.
other people. It's kind of more selfless kind of thing. So I
Yep.
do try to educate them, and if it doesn't work out, we most of the time we I don't take them as a client because it's like difference of opinion and like difference of values and in kind of going nowhere. I usually don't take those people as a client.
Yeah. I mean, how did we as a world think that self love is not worthy? That we're not worthy of self love. How do we get to that point? And that there's so much of that. I mean, we're all individuals that are just trying to do the journey, and I mean, we're I, I mean, what is your opinion? Why do you think there's still so many people that don't think self love, they're worthy of self love?
I think it's mostly dependent upon our childhood conditioning and what we hear from media, etc. Because when we were born, when we were toddlers, we never had that thought that we are not worthy of love, and we were dependent on our parents 24/7. They were feeding us, changing our nappies, changing our clothes, etc., taking care of us 24/7. But we never thought that we are not worthy because we can't take care of ourselves. But
Yeah,
as we grow older, because of the conditioning that we are given, and some of the conditioning obviously comes from parents as well. For example, if we don't fare well in school, if we don't get a good grade according to our parents, we are told that we will be punished, and we are taking
yeah,
advantage of the money they are spending on us, and we are not getting a good grade. We are a
yes,
kind of a bad daughter
yeah,
or a bad son, etc. We So that plays a part in the conditioning, and
yeah. I could see
once
that.
we once we grow up, we kind of, if we don't have a job or if we don't have a relationship, etc., we start feeling that we are not worthy because we are not making our own money, or we haven't attracted a partner, which was
Yeah,
something that I felt that I haven't attracted a partner, so I'm not worthy. But the thing is, when we were kids, we were not making any money. We were
yeah,
24/7 dependent on our parents. We didn't had
yeah,
a partner at that time. So
yeah. Right, exactly. So, so do you have siblings?
yeah, I have two siblings.
Are do they suffer with lack of self love, or do they struggle with any of this?
They don't have that much as I struggled with it. They don't struggle with it as much. I do
Okay,
see some struggles in them too, and I do often advise them on
okay,
the importance of self love.
yes,
I
that's all.
haven't worked with them as a client, and I probably don't want to work with them as a client because I want to keep
I
family and client separate. But
I could see that. Yeah, that might make an interesting
sometimes give
dynamics.
them I sometimes give them kind of free session
Uh huh.
to encourage them to embrace self love.
Yes, yes. So, okay, do you have a podcast yourself?
No, I don't have a podcast
Would
at
you
the
ever
moment.
want to? Would you ever want to do a podcast yourself?
I think I would.
Okay, I could see that would be the self love podcast because you would have around the world. You'd have so many. I mean, there'd be a lot of people receptive to that podcast. So, so do you do speaking on stage or do anything like that, or is that something in the future?
Speaking on stage is something I'm working on at the moment. Getting on stages and speaking
Awesome.
about self love, women's empowerment, etc.
Okay. So, so what? I mean, let's say 2 years or 5 years down the road, where would you like your business to be?
I would like to become an international speaker by then.
Awesome. I love that. I mean,
On stages, etc.
that is a great goal. I love that goal, and I know you will do it. I just know
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, I mean that is so. I need a big goal like that. I mean that just I can say I knew or win. So I mean that is so neat. So I have to ask on the podcast here. So what were your dreams when you were growing up? What did you want to be when you were a kid? When you became an adult?
When I was a kid. So, funny story, I grew up watching a lot of romantic movies, and I
Okay.
always fantasize that one day my Prince Charming will come up and he will take me away from the rest of the world. So, something that
Oh,
I
I
dream
love
of
that.
being to be is getting happily married and being with my soulmate. I
Very
didn't
nice.
really had growing up. I didn't really have big dreams in my career. Even though I have big dreams in my career now of advancing my coaching career and speaking on stages, but growing up as a kid, one of my big dreams was finding a partner and
Very
getting
nice.
happily married, being with him for forever,
Yeah. Yeah.
happily ever after.
That's a wonderful dream. I love that, and I have no doubt that that dream will come true. So,
Thank you.
I mean, I can just tell that you really are passionate about what you do here. That you really that you that you want to help people with self love and everything that you're doing here. So, since you're in Australia, do you travel around Australia quite a bit?
Yes, sometimes. I haven't, like I haven't traveled much in the past year or so. But yes, I travel around Australia at times.
Okay. No, I can't wait for me to be over there. Do you have a special place that you really like so far?
I think I love Sydney. I really like
Oh,
that
really? Okay.
opera house and all in Sydney, Darling
No,
Harbour, etc.
no, I think that would be very nice. So, have you been to the United States?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You need to come. I don't know if you want to come to Nebraska where I'm at, but there's a lot of places in the United States that are pretty awesome. I mean, here you'd just be a lot of corn and cattle and a lot of that kind of thing, but Nebraska's pretty nice. So, so do you like traveling?
Yes, I do like traveling. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
traveling, and yeah, visiting USA will be something in the long term future. Hopefully, I will make it happen.
I think that sounds great. So, so with your business, how do people get a hold of you?
They can reach out to me on Facebook, or they can contact me via my website.
Okay, okay. So, do you do like have any YouTube or anything like that, or do you,
I have a YouTube channel, but I am not very active on it. And they
hmm,
can watch some of the past videos that I have made. I am not making very actively on YouTube at the moment. I'm kind of
okay,
more active on Facebook, and instead of making videos on YouTube, I make live videos on Facebook.
nice, very nice. So, so okay, this woman that comes to you, you know, some potential client. How do you work? How does the process go when somebody approaches you and they look like a good fit for you? What is the process?
So they, when they come to me, I after they become a client, I take them through the importance of self love and how they can learn to love themselves. I talk to them about forgiveness and why forgiveness is important, because we often have that misunderstood definition of forgiveness, that we think that when we are not forgiving, we are hurting the other person who has done us wrong, and we
Hmm.
have that definition that why should I forgive if the other person haven't apologized, and I will never forgive the other person for XYZ. However, we
Wow.
don't realize that I just need to put my laptop on charging. Just a second.
Okay, sounds good. So, so the process, if I mean, is it do you have same process for each person, or is it is I mean, how I mean, if somebody's really tough on they don't believe in self love, I mean, how do you get somebody to? Do you have a program that gets them to believe about self love, or how? I could see somebody that could be tough. So,
Yes, I like introduce them to the importance of self love and why loving themselves is kind of the first thing they need to learn in their life.
okay, okay,
Which was obviously they didn't learn it. That's why they are, as an adult, they are looking to hire a self love coach, and the uh,
okay,
the importance of forgiveness. How when they are not forgiving, they are really hurting themselves, because
yeah,
the
yeah,
anger and resentment is in their heart, not in the other person's heart, and it's
true, true.
only
I
hurting
think
them holding on to that anger.
yeah. So I think I lost. You had light, and now you look like you're kind of in the dark. Did a light go off?
Oh yes, the light went off. Just a
Okay.
second.
Okay. There we go. So that is all. That's awesome because I mean that's why I like my podcast. Are really laid back and no, that is so. okay, somebody gets through it. I mean, is a program after they get done with this initial program? Do you have anything else that they can to work with you on after that?
Uh, at the moment, like the paid program is for 3 months. So after three
Okay.
months, I don't really have anything at the moment with what they can work with. However, I do tell them that after 3 months, if they don't feel they haven't achieved self love, we can continue to work together to help them get there. As long as
Okay.
they continue to show up on calls, as long as they
Yep.
are taking their action, the
Yep.
action that I suggest, like any
Yep.
homework to do, self love
Yep.
exercises, etc. As long as they are showing up for themselves, I
Yep.
show up for them to help
Yep.
them do the work.
I hear you. If they don't show up, you can't. If they don't do the actions, you really can't. You just can't do the help. That's for sure. And I find a lot of people, not just on this, they think it's a great idea to begin with, and then later on it gets. And I hope everybody that you work with shows up every time. I really
I
hope
hope
so.
so. I hope
So
so.
yeah. So okay. What else would you like the audience to know before we end today?
I would like them to know that they are worthy of love and they are worthy of loving themselves. And I do have a free offer that I would like to share with your audience if that's
Yeah,
okay.
that'd be great. So what is your free offer?
So it's a 5 day one-on-one coaching session with me for 5 days, in which it's kind of like a taster of my 3 months program. So I take them through some self-love exercises, overcoming limiting beliefs, and how to forgive other people, etc. And
Okay,
getting clear on their visions and goals. I take them through a couple of sessions of my 3 months program, like a brief taster of the program. And
perfect.
yeah, if they are interested in it, if they want to work with me for 5 days free of charge, one on one, so it's
Sounds like a
more one on one time with me. And so just reach out to me on Facebook, and I think Mark will add my Facebook link in show notes. So
yes,
just reach
yes,
out to me
definitely.
on Facebook, and let me
Yeah,
know you watch this podcast. So I will, like, if you are listening to a podcast on self love, chances are you are more committed to embracing self love. So if you let me know that you have watched this podcast, I will
perfect.
reply. I will mm, prioritize reply to you more faster than someone else.
Yep, that sounds great. That sounds like a win-win with the 5 day free program, and we will definitely put that in the show notes so everybody can get a hold of you. And no, I can't wait to see you international speaker and maybe a podcast. And have you written any books, or would you want to be an author, or have you been an author?
I have written a few books. Yeah, I've
Have you
written two.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can we buy those? Where can we find your books?
One book is free of charge. It's kind of available on my website when people enter their name and email. And
Okay,
the other one is available to purchase on my website.
very
It's
nice,
kind of like a co-authored book, the second one, in which I have written a chapter, including 20 other women. Each have contributed a chapter.
very good, very good. We'll have to make sure we get your website there so they can check that out too, and hopefully buy it from you. That'd be great. So, do you want to write any more books, or is that? Are you?
It's not something I have thought about at the moment. Maybe in future I would
We
love
can see
into
that.
writing
Yeah.
another book. Yeah.
When you've got a lot of things going on, I can definitely understand that because I can't imagine. I've never written a book, and I can't imagine writing a book. But so was that? I mean, was that hard to do to write a book?
Pardon?
Was that difficult to write books? I've never written a book. I just wonder how difficult that is. Was that pretty
Uh,
easy for you?
I think it was easy. Yeah, it was easy. It was pretty easy.
Awesome. I mean, I just need to start writing. Maybe it will be. I find it. I think it'll be hard, but what you think a lot of times is what you kind of put it out there that it's going to be, and a lot of times it is kind of self fulfilling on that. So, but But well, Karishma, unless there's anything else you want to add to the podcast, thank you for being our guest today on the Dreamcatcher podcast. I look forward to maybe doing a follow up podcast. When you doing, I mean, down the line, it sounds like you got a lot of things that are coming up. I mean, and like I said, when you're an international speaker, I'll say I knew or when. So, and I have no doubt you'll be doing that. So everything will be, yeah, you're well on your journey, and I want to keep track of that. So if that'd be something you'd be open to doing a follow up, I would love to have you later on the Dreamcatcher. So
Thank you. Definitely, I would love to do another follow up podcast.
that would be awesome. So, but well, I'm going to let you go and let you because we're two different days. I'm going to let you enjoy your day because you're just starting your day, and I'm just ending, not even quite ending my day. So I think
Yeah.
that's the neat thing. That's the neat thing about doing podcasts in different parts of the world. That is so. It's kind of like we're in the same room here. So, but on that, um, enjoy your enjoy your Saturday, and we'll be in touch. And thank you again for being the guest.
Thank you. I hope you have a great evening and night. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
Friday evening.
Yeah, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.